Sup nerds, I'm Adal. Today I'll be showing you how to perform a generic 27pop Drush into Archers. Doing this I'll be using the Magyars, since they have no eco bonuses and nor will we be pushing any dares, so that you can perform this build order using any civilization under any circumstances. So let's get to it. First thing you want to do is to queue up 4 villagers in TC, use your initial 3 villagers to build 2 houses, send 2 of your 4 goats underneath TC, and use your 2 spear goats to explore around your base. Then you can shift queue your builders over to your goat in the middle here. The first 3 out of 4 villagers being queued, you also want to send on goats for 6 villagers total. Then you can use your scout to firstly explore the front of your base, just in case there's any sheep or boars or the equivalents thereof that could potentially be lamed or sniped by your opponent. Once you have 6 villagers on food, you want to send the next 4 villagers onto wood. We have 3 woodlands to choose from, and although this one is in the front, we'll pick this one because it seems to be reasonably wide, meaning it will last for longer than the one on the left, before having to build another lumber game. As you find more goats, we'll send them to the TC. Once we have 4 villagers on wood, we'll use one of our 6 shepherds to lure our first elephant. We kill the next villager onto the goat there, so that we have 6 shepherds again, because we want 7 villagers total gathering food from the elephant. As the elephant approaches the TC, we'll garrison our 6 shepherds, shoot 2 volleys at the elephant before ungarrison. If we would have had 8 villagers garrisoned, shooting 2 volleys, we would have killed the elephant with the TC, rendering it with no food. Or if we would have shot 3 volleys with 6 vills, it would also have killed the elephant with the TC, rendering no food. So this is the perfect number. 7 is also doable. But make sure to not shoot it twice when with your loader. The next villager you send forward to build 2 houses. The next villager after, in addition to 3 more villagers for 4 villagers total, you send 2 berries. Usually I build my 2 houses right next to each other, but in this case we had a little hole here between the 2 wood lines, so conveniently we just can plug this one. And the second house is right next to the gold. So once she finishes building the second house, she'll collect 10 gold, which is required when doing a drush, so that we can afford our 3 militias as well as loom. In case you haven't noticed it already, so can you see the villager distribution at the bottom right corner of the screen above the map and on the top left. As we run low on food on our initial elephant, we'll lure our second elephant. Once we have 4 vills on berries, we'll queue up 3 more villagers to have underneath the TC, for 10 villagers total. And once we have found all our essential resources, we'll explore to find our enemy. And we can assume that the enemy TC is right there, because of the elephant and the strategy tree. Once our builder finishes mining 10 gold, she can build a barrack and an additional house. And once we have 10 villagers underneath the TC, we'll send the next 3 villagers onto wood before getting loom. As our second elephant runs low on food, we're preparing 2 sheep underneath the TC. And we're already gonna distribute 5 villagers to each with shift queue. As soon as our barracks goes up, we'll queue up 3 militias. Once we have our 3 militias, we'll send them forward to disrupt the enemy. loom and go up to the field edge. We were just short, but we couldn't use garrison or reinforce deposit some resources, and we had enough to go up. A bit of a inconvenience there, but it'll shortly correct itself. We also send one villager away from the TC over to our first wood line, so we have 10 villagers total on wood. And then we send another 2 villagers from the TC to build a mining camp on the gold for archers later. So right now we're over at the enemy's wood line with our Drush. And the enemy also has some militias. Maybe he went for men-at-arms. We'll be able to snipe one of his villagers. Once this sheep depletes, we'll just put them onto shadow trees. Can build 2 more farms. Keep one villager. Drush is still doing some work. We could have done more damage there, but we'll play it safe. Just pull them back. Because purposes of this video is to display the build order, not necessarily winning the game. Once we reach the field edge, we'll queue 3 more villagers over to gold. And we'll also build a archery range and a blacksmith. And because we have a great economy, we can even research double attacks. If you wanted to, you could also upgrade our militias to men-at-arms. That's up to you. If you have like full HP on militias, it's definitely worth it. But if you're all kinda low, then you might second guess it. So now we're building our archery range and our blacksmith. We're also making sure to make houses here and there. We never get host capped. Now if we have 5 villagers on gold, we'll keep sending 2 more villagers over the gold because we can already make our second range. So we want 7 total on gold for now. We're already queuing archers and getting fetching. From here on, we just continue making farms until we have 16 farms. All about queuing archers and walling with houses. This was the real game scenario. You would have gone out to your archers already by the time that you have 3 archers fetching. You can do a lot of damage with that. So every new villager, you just bring them to the strategy trees, building farms. Keep building farms, keep queuing archers, keep making houses. This is like the easiest part of your economy. But in the real game scenario, you would be using this time to put on some pressure on your opponent. And as we are getting close to 16 farms, we will send 3 more villagers over to gold for 10 villagers total. Then we'll send 1 additional villager to each lumber camp for 12 vills and wood. Before being out to the cast edge. So we're force garrisoning and we go up to the gas stage. 6 wheels on each lumber camp, 10 wheels on gold. This is perhaps not ideal. You might want to have 8 wheels on gold and 14 on food. Just take notice of that. It's perhaps better with more wheels on wood so that you can afford university or additional toll centers faster. But aside from that, I think this is a pretty good build order. And after around 20 minutes, we're up to the gas stage and we have 21 archers. This one we're getting first collage. Could have gotten it sooner, but it's fine. This one too. We're going archers. And we're getting crossbow upgrade, Vulcan arrow, and bowsaw. Those are the 3 most essential resources when you're going for archers. And that concludes this build order, really. I hope it was, or can be useful. And yeah. Thanks for watching. See you.